I mean, I just it's hard to see it in this. Like 81 is a lot.
It is, but we've seen players drop 60, 70
That is true.
in the past 10 years. I think it's
But
possible.
I feel like once they get to a certain number, the pride will kick in and like, okay, we're not allowing this.
All right, all right. I mean, I've seen a guy like Luka, he be making some crazy shots. Speaking of something else, I also want to ask you this question because after watching Kobe's 81 point game and seeing how he was able to score his points and how difficult it was, and then the fact that the pacing wasn't nearly as fast as it is now, do you think there will be another player that scores 81 points in a game or even more than 81 points? Is there a
Absolutely
player?
not.
Really?
I don't believe there will be a player that gets even close to 100 and I don't think anyone gets to 81 or over 81. It's
Why you
just
think that?
because I feel like the way the game is nowadays, and you got to remember, we're in the social media era. So none of them players on the court wants to be any part of the team that let somebody drop 81 points on them. They would be a meme for all of eternity. And we already know we imagine we get on Jalen Rose about it to this day. We was social media wasn't even real big back in them days. Imagine if millions and millions of more people who didn't even watch the game just see someone 81 points and just immediately point to you as the culprit as to why that person got 81 points. And I just feel like you saw what the Celtics was doing when Book had 70, was
Yeah.
trying to get 70. They wasn't having it. They was triple teaming them. They was like, we will let anyone else score but you. I don't see anybody getting close to 100 or even getting 81 in this day and age. I feel like the skill level is there. They would have to shoot a ridiculous amount of threes. Cause soon as they touch that ball, try to go anywhere in between the arc, below the arc, they getting doubled. They just not having it.
I think somebody can score 81 points or more in this current NBA. I think with the pacing, I think there are teams that are dumb enough that would allow a single player, to score close to 81 points, if not more. We saw
I
it.
don't
We saw it in
know.
2024. A player score 73 points, and I think this year it's a possibility that somebody could score 81 points. I'm so serious.
Well, considering all the injuries, it
Yeah,
might be.
I think there is a player that could score close to 81, if not more, and I think it could happen this year.
That's interesting. I
I,
mean,
I think I think it could happen this year, and I think it's going to be Luka.
really?
Yeah, if everything I'm being told is true, and that he will come into shape like he is now, I think Luka can be that guy. I think the roster is not great enough to where he can take any minutes off. I think that LeBron, he can be that facilitator. He can handle the facilitating responsibilities if Luka Doncic get it going from the offense, and also Austin Reeves as well. And then I think as a conditioning standpoint, with the way that Luka is looking right now, if he remains that way throughout the season, I believe he'll have the stamina, and he'll be physically ready to score that many points. I mean, he didn't have the greatest conditioning, and he scored 73 points in 2024. I think he can do something similar to that in a Laker uniform against a bad team, because the Atlanta Hawks were not a good defensive team when he scored 73 points. I think he could do something similar to that against a really bad defensive team. It's all dependent on what's around you and the defense. How bad is the defense? Because when you look at the Toronto Raptors, Kobe Bryant, they were running a lot of zone. It was very difficult for him to score 81 points, and the pacing was, I would say, higher than league average. It was around 96. In that season, I think the league average was around 90 or something like that. So with the pacing being a lot higher than what it was back in those days, and the fact that Luka already scored 73 points against a bad defensive team, I wouldn't put it past the possibility of Luka doing it again. I think if there's one player that can do it, I think Luka could do it. I don't think there's another player that can do it because when I look at Shea, he has too great of a team that will force him to put up those many points unless there's a lot of injuries on his team. When you look at Devin Booker, I think at his age right now, I don't know if he wants to put up that many points. And I can't think of another player in the league that would go out of their way to want to score those many points outside of
I
Luka
can.
Doncic. Who?
Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell? Oh, he did put up 70 points. He did. He did. But his team is so great now. Does he really want to? His team
I
is so
feel like
great.
it could go against one of them bottom feeder teams in the East. Defense playing great on the Cavs side, get a lot of turnover, fast break opportunities. I mean, it's possible.
Because if you remember, he got 70 points. I think it took him overtime to get 70.
I think so, actually.
And you could tell he was tired, very tired, worn out. While with Luca, I don't, did he do that? I think he may have did it in regulation. He may have did it in regulation. So he put up 73. Let me make sure I'm correct on this. Let me see. He did it. He did it in regulation. He scored 73 points in regulation.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know if I don't know if Donovan Mitchell can get to 81 unless it's like an overtime. With Luca, it don't matter. He'll get to 70 and it'll be in the fourth quarter. But I think Luca can definitely do it. I believe somebody like Luca can definitely do it. He's one of the greatest scorers we've ever seen in the 2020s. So that would be my pick. That would be my pick.
I mean, it's not a bad pick.
Yeah, it's not.
I mean, it's hard to see it in this. Like 81 is a lot.
It is, but we've seen players drop 60, 70
That is true.
in the past 10 years. I think it's
But
possible.
I feel like once they get to a certain number, the pride will kick in. Them like, okay, we're not allowing this.
All right, all right. I mean, I've seen a guy like Luka. He be making some crazy shots, similar to Kobe.
While true,
I think he can do it.
I don't know.
It's hard for you. It's hard for you to believe.
Yeah.
I think it can.
I mean, if someone does it, I mean, congratulations. I mean, I watched that, but it's just hard to see. I don't think anyone. We're never seeing someone get 100 though.
Really,
No,
I think
never.
somebody will get 100.
No, I don't.
I think somebody will get 100. The pacing is too fast. The pacing is too fast, and there's always a bad team out there. I think somebody will get 100 eventually.
100 is crazy.
I think somebody will get 100. There's
I
always
feel
going
like
to
in
be a
order to
bad
get
team.
100, you have to take majority 3-pointers.
I also think another thing in order for a score somebody to get to 100 or get to 80, it has to be somebody that is elite at drawing fouls and getting to the free throw line, can get red hot from three, is a three level scorer, which is he's a good mid range scorer, good 3-point scorer, and can get to the painted area at will. So I believe Luka is that type of player that can score from any part of the court, can get red hot from three, and can draw fouls at an elite level. So whoever that other scorer is around the league or in the future, I believe they have to have that capability, that level of talent, if they want to reach that level of scoring in one game. Because with Kobe, he that's what he did. He got to the free throw line a lot. He got red hot from three, and he was amazing at the mid range and to get into the paint. So if somebody can do those things, then they can definitely get to 80 points. They can definitely get to 100 points. They're going to have to get to the free throw line a lot, and they're going to have to be red hot from three.